Good evening, students. Today we will learn about the inferential statistics in behavioral economics. In our last classes, we have understood that is there are some psychological reasons for making decision related to our economic behavior. So today we will learn what is inferential statistics and how inferential statistics is related to the consumer behavior. After that, Farah will present the data to understand what are the inferential statistics you can use for assessment of the behavioral economics related data. Inferential statistics is a branch of statistics that involves using sample data to make conclusions or inferences about a larger population. Because we are not able to collect the data from the larger population, therefore, we are collecting the sample following the random sampling approach. Stratified random sampling approach is better in this connection. Inferential statistics plays a crucial role in behavioral economics by enabling researchers to, number one, identify biases and heuristics. That is, understanding how people make decisions, including the biases and mental shortcuts they use. For example, when we find the discount is provided by the company, at that time there is a high probability that we are purchasing that product because of the discount. Next one is the model decision making. The statistical models like logistic regression help researchers understand the factors that influence decision making. So whether I will buy the product or not. So that is your dependent variable. So what factors are contributing in our mindset to purchase the product? That can be understood through the logistic regression approach. Evaluate behavioral interventions. Number one, assess effectiveness. Inferential statistics helps researchers evaluate the effectiveness of behavioral interventions, such as nudges or framing effects. We have already discussed about the framing effect in the prospect theory. So I think you can remember. And also the nudges. Number two, compare treatment groups. Statistical methods such as ANOVA or t-test allow researchers to compare outcomes between treatment and control groups. Suppose you are interested to find out, that is, whether discount system has any effect on consumer purchase behavior. So you can think about the control group as well as the experimental group. For that reason, you can use the ANOVA or t-test. Understand consumer behavior, analyze consumer choice. Inferential statistics help researchers understand the factors that influence consumer choice, such as price, quality, or social influence. So which factors are important for purchasing the product? So that can be understood through the inferential statistics. Model demand. Statistical models such as linear regression help researchers understand the relationship between demand and various factors. Why people want to purchase mobile? Why people want to purchase some typical type of clothes? And when? So everything depends upon the several factors. Sometimes climate also plays important role. For example, currently we are passing the winter season, and we are using several sweaters, jacket, etc. So purchase of jacket, uh, purchase of sweater, shawl, these things are very common when there will be the winter. That means the climate change has the effect. Inform policy decisions, evaluate policy intervention, like inferential statistics helps researchers evaluate the effectiveness of policy intervention, such as tax or subsidy. For example, you have noted that is the taxes are imposed on the cigarette. So this is all about the policy intervention. Inform evidence-based policy. Statistical analysis provides policymakers with evidence-based insight to inform decision-making. Some common statistical techniques used in behavioral economics are regression analysis, hypothesis testing, cluster analysis, network analysis. I will discuss this analysis later on. Now I am requesting Farah to present the PPT about application of some of the inferential statistics on the consumer behavior. Now over to Farah.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So Farah, I'm making you host.
Yes, sir. Yes.
ওটাকে হ্যান্ড ওভার করে দিয়ে বেরিয়ে যাচ্ছি। Farah, now you are the host, so please you share.
Yes, sir. I'm sharing, sir. Just opening language. Okay, sir. Okay, so today we will discuss about inferential statistic analysis on shopping data. We have already shared that data with you in the last class, and today, on the basis of that data, we will discuss about inferential statistics. So the objectives of the data is to understand relationships and differences in spending behavior and apply inferential statistics to draw conclusion. And the variables that we are going to study in this data set are age, gender, spending amount, product category. So this was the first test that we applied, t-test. And in this, you can easily see that there is no significant difference in spending between genders. So this was the interpretation based upon that data that which we shared in the last class. Then there is another inferential statistics application that we applied on the data, which is ANOVA. And in this case, also, there was no significant difference in spending across categories. You can see the categories. The categories means the uh, clothing, footwear, outerwear, all this accessories, all these things are coming into the categories. Then there was a correlation that we have checked age versus spending, and there was no meaningful relationship between age and spending. Then there was a chi-square result, season versus item purchased, and in this also there was no significant association between season and item type. Now I will show you everything in the R Studio. So first I will show you my main data, which is shop behavior. This was the data in which you can see age, gender, item purchase, category, purchased amount, location, size, color, etc. And this was the script that I used. This was the t result. And in this, we have seen the t test between purchase amount and gender. So there was no significant difference. Then we checked the ANOVA between purchase amount and category. There was no difference. Then age and spending correlation. There was no difference. Then we have checked chi-square, and in the chi-square we have checked season and item purchase. So even in that we have not seen any significant difference. So general insight and recommendations are that there is no significant effects or relationship found in the test. So we need to focus on the other factors like marketing strategies or location. And this is the real data. This is not hypothetical data. So uh, maybe the additional variables may uncover the meaningful patterns. So we need to figure it out. What are those variables? And the next steps that we can take is to explore interaction between other variables. But we have checked it and we have seen no significant relationship. So that is what the suggestions are for this data. Now I will hand sir. Now I'll request you to give some insights about this data, or tell students that in this situation what can we do, like when we will not find any significant difference, and what can we do in that kind of situation. Sir, are you there? Okay, Akshita is here. Akshita, so what is your suggestion for this kind of situation? Hello, Akshita.
First, I want to know the you did a correlation analysis or a causation. What is the difference between the two? I'm not sure. And can you just
No,
tell
I'm
me
okay. I'll give
the
you a
yeah?
detail. So today we are learning about the inferential statistics. So I use some of the inferential statistics operations on this data, and I have seen that there was no significant difference. So in this kind of situation, can you please guide students like what can they do about it, or how can we explore the other factors, or anything like as a what can a behavioral economics behavioral psychologist can do in this kind of situation? Sorry, behavioral economics. Yeah, this is the data. Can I show you the data? So this is the shopping behavior data, and these are the variables. Or do you want to add anything in this, like in the inferential statistics? Hello, Akshita. Okay, Mona Lisa, do you want to say anything? Are you getting what are we teaching right now?
Ma'am,
Yes, Monica, do you have any doubt related to inferential or anything or about the data?
I did not have the data, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So, sir, okay, you can see the data on Google Classroom. Let me try
Okay,
that
ma'am.
script. Let me try that script now.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, we are checking the regression. Let me check that. Okay, so this is the data that is now available on Google Classroom. So let's see. This is for this is hypothetical data, and we will this is for regression. This is for the date. Let me try this thing. Okay. Day, price, cup sold. Okay. Now let me perform the linear regression. Coffee data is confirmed. Okay, okay, fine. Got it. So this is the vector. This is the data frame. This is the LM. This is the model summary. Okay, so we are now checking the R script. In this package, we are going to check the college data set, which contain data related to universities and colleges. Now, let me see what is there in the data. So, this is there in the data. You can see the university name, application, number of application, and number of application accepted. Then there is enrollment, topper percentage, top 10 percentage, top 25, undergraduate. So this is the categories. Now we will perform multiple regression analysis on this. Substitution, not validation. What is the college data? Enroll and then tuition. There is no tuition. I think this is done. This is right. Oops. Hmm. No. I'm not. This model system. Why this thing is coming again? Some so Why is screen is coming? Sir, are you there, sir? Hello, sir. Okay, so in the first data set, which was real, in that we can see we have seen t-test, chi-square, correlation, and ANOVA. And in that, we can see that there was no significant difference. So then we used our hypothetical data, not hypothetical, actually, it is inbuilt data in our studio. So that was a college data. And based upon that data, and we have seen some of the result. And in that, based upon that result, the result was that tuition uh, the tuition is indicating there was a variable called tuition. So that was indicating that for every $1,000 increase in tuition, enrollment decreases by approximately 42 students. So this suggests that higher tuition cost may deter students from enrolling. So this was the result based upon the data that was generated by RStudio in the package called, what is the package? College package. You can test the script in your RStudio. My RStudio is not functioning properly right now. So you can copy paste this R script in your RStudio and you can see the result. And then there was another variable that is called room board, and that was indicating that every $1,000 increase in room and board cost, enrollment increases by approximately 62 students. This suggests that higher room and board cost may attract more students. So this is about the classroom and the board. So if you have a big room and a good board, then you will get more students in your college. This was the interpretation. Then there was a private, this is about there was another variable which is called private institute variable. So in that we can see that the private institution tend to have higher enrollment compared to public institutions. So, and then there was a p value, and on the basis of p value, all the predictors are significant at the 5% level, indicating that the relationship between the predictors and enrollment are satisfactorily significant. So we have seen tuition, we have seen room board, private. So all those are significant. Then, and there is a residual standard error also, so which is indicated that the model prediction are subject to some error. So overall, the result suggests that the tuition cost, room and board cost, and institution type are significant predictors of enrollment. So the model can be used to make prediction about enrollment based on these predictor. So we have checked all this module through the regression model. So that this result was based upon the regression result. You can test the R script in your R studio, and you can also see the values which was coming and which is already posted on Google Classroom. And you can also explore the data, this college data, in your R studio. So, sir, are you there?
Okay, thank you, Farah,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
for covering the script. So now we have understood that is to explain the economic behavior of the consumer, how the psychological factors they are playing critical role, and this can be understood through the different inferential statistics. Hara has presented some of the inferential statistics, specifically the ANOVA, chi-square, and finally the regression analysis. And be careful when you want to use the inferential statistics. Initially, you have to check the quality of the data. That is, whether your data is adequate to represent the inferential model or not. So data quality checking is very important. For that reason, we have already taught you the descriptive statistics, and today you have learned the inferential statistics. So I am requesting students to follow today's lecture in YouTube and also in the Google Classroom. Our script is there. So accordingly, you can use some of the data from your educational institute or from your own primary data source. Here, Okshita is here. I am requesting Okshita. Oh, Okshita is not here. Okay. So thank you, Farah and Mona Lisa, for joining. So now I want to close the session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So Farah,